Welcome. Welcome to this Friday yoga class on Samadhi's yoga YouTube channel. And today for our class will be, if you have it, needing a block, a strap, and a Forrest yoga roll. Now, if you don't have one of these, I want you to go grab a bath towel from your bathroom. Go grab that right now, and I'll show you how to roll that up, because this works just fine for a Forrest yoga roll. Once you have that, fold it in half long ways twice. Take the end and start rolling it up very tight. And just roll it all the way up. I'm just kind of gathering any loose ends as I go. And there you go. Pardon me, lost my screen for a moment. Okay. All right. Today, the theme that we'll be working with is listening from and to your heart. And I want to focus more in the beginning here about listening from the heart. Close your eyes and bring your full attention and awareness inside. Take a moment to feel in your body, in your mind, your energy system, what it means to listen from your heart. And I'd like to add one thing that might help you get there with your awareness, is to consider a time in your life when you need someone else to listen to you and to hear you from their heart. So what does that feel like when you need it? And that can help you explore what it means. Some things that you might consider are, in order to listen and hear fully, sometimes I need to spend some time coming into a quiet place. And the yoga practice is a wonderful place to start to wash out some of the chatter and just the busyness that we have in our bodies, in our cell tissue. And in our minds, that deep breath and moving with the breath is really wonderful for clearing the mind, cleansing the mind. And as we move into postures that stimulate the heart space, how you might use that as a tool to bring your heart to an expansive, open, unshielded state. One thing to consider also is to move your body physically in a way that creates gentleness and a tenderness in your heart space. So that's also going to be taking care of the foundation, the legs, the hips, and the spine. All this that like holds the space of the heart. Yeah. Go ahead and open your eyes, and we'll come into Baddha Konasana. I'd like to demonstrate one thing first. For anybody who's not practiced Uddiyana, Uddiyana will be a part of this pranayama that we're starting with. And what you do with Uddiyana is you exhale all the air out through your mouth to empty the lungs. Hold the air out, tuck your chin in toward your chest, draw the belly in and up, and spread the ribs. Now, this can be done in a Baddha Konasana position, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate it there. Just want to make sure you can see it. And when you need your breath, release the belly and take in a full breath. Begin by coming into Baddha Konasana and bringing the fingertips onto the floor behind you. Exhale all the air out. Keep your feet and legs active, gently tractioning the thigh bones away from the hips. Inhale for a count of 10. So you're moving down through the fingertips, the shoulder blades, broadening and lifting across the chest. Pause and hold the breath for a count of 10. For Uddiyana, bring the hands to the floor in front of the shins. Exhale through your mouth all the air out. Hold the air out. Pull down and back with your hands, drawing the chest forward and up. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Scoop the belly and lift and spread the ribs. Hold for a count of 10. Release the belly and bring the fingertips to the floor just behind you. Take a few deep breaths here. Just noticing any shifts energetically around the heart. Feel for clearing the space of your heart with your breath and your awareness. Plant the fingertips. Inhale for a count of 10. Hold the breath for a count of 10. Bring the fingertips to the floor in front of you. Exhale through your mouth. All the air out. Hold the air out. Tuck your chin in toward your chest. Draw the belly in and up and spread the ribs. In addition to spreading, you're drawing the rib cage away from the upper hip bones. Feel the space that you're creating in your lower back. Release the belly and take in a full breath. Baddha Konasana, unlocking the hips. Roll onto your left sit bone, bringing the right sit bone completely off of the ground, and grab hold of your right thigh with both hands. Inhale down into your right hip and lower back. Now, as you exhale, grab hold of your thigh, pull the thigh bone away from the hip, and bring your right sit bone down to the ground. Slide your right hand on top of your inner thigh, left fingertips to the floor behind you. Inhale, lift up, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, feel down into your left hip and glute area. And you're wanting to feel for releasing any unneeded tension. Start to turn your chest toward your left knee. And exhale, fold out, bringing your chest very slowly out over your left knee. Now, the reason I say very slowly is that you want to stop at any resistance, moving at an organic rate of release. And this is very important here because we're unwinding the tension in the lower back and how it might relate down into your right glute. One more breath here, feeling for how this might invite you to open a little bit more and soften through the back of the heart. Release, come back up, roll onto your left sit bone, grab hold of your right sit bone, grab hold of your left thigh with both hands. Inhale into your left hip. Exhale, pull the thigh bone away from the hip, bring your left sit bone down and slide your left hand onto your inner thigh. Right fingertips to the floor behind you. Inhale, just start by lifting the ribs up away from the pelvis. Tune in to your right hip, especially around the glute, through the groin, that hip crease right in front. And soften if you need to. For instance, sometimes we get a little excited, we start to move in a direction, and the body is resisting and protecting itself if we move too fast. So just check in, back off a little bit if you need to, turn toward your right knee, begin to lengthen out from the outer left hip along the left side of your lumbar spine without force. Feel the relationship between the back of your heart and the right side of your lower back, your right glute, and your right hip. Inhale, release, come back to center. In preparation for a forward bend, bring the hands out in front of the shins. You might be using the forearms a little bit against the shins to guide out. Lift the chest and lean out over your toes. Use the support of your hands to create a broadening and a lift across the upper chest, the back of the rib cage. Exhale, let the weight of your head relax forward. And feel how that can invite a release through the whole spine. A wonderful way to begin this deep, compassionate listening is to practice it in your own yoga practice here with each pose, with your body and the sensations that are arising. Inhale, release, come up, bring your knees together, prepare for elbow to knee. We will also be using the roll here, so have that close by. I'll go ahead and demonstrate with the towel so you can see that that works just fine. Bring your knees over your hips, ankles a little bit below your knees. Clasp the hands behind your head. Inhale, curl up through your upper body and breathe down into your lower back. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, turn towards your left knee. Just keep the left knee right where it is. Both shoulder blades stay lifted. Exhale from the lower belly. Inhale, come back to center. Knees and ankles together. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, turn towards your right knee. Reach the left leg out, about a 45-degree angle from the floor. Squeeze through your left sit bone and draw low belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, turn toward your left knee. Reach out through your right foot, isometrically drawing down through the right heel to turn on the muscles right around the sit bone. Draw low belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Move down and spread through the lower ribs, lower back as you lift through the elbows. Exhale, turn toward your right knee. Reach out through your left foot and spread across the ball of the foot and toes. Squeeze through left sit bone, draw low belly in. Inhale, come back to center. Keep going, do 2 more. And believe it or not, even here, you can continue to create a softening and an opening around the heart. Letting the core and the legs support you as you allow your head to rest in your hands. And creating a huge stretch across the back of the heart. Bring your knees together, come onto your back, and prepare for straddle lifting through. Reach the legs straight up over the hips. If you need to, you can always work with your knees bent in this pose. Open the legs into a straddle. Clasp the hands behind the head. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Curl pubic bone towards the belly button. Draw low belly in and then stretch out long through the legs. Inhale, set the sacrum down. Exhale, move the shoulder blades and elbows away from the floor. Rest your head in your hands. Curl the tailbone up and stretch the thigh bones and shin bones away from the hips. Inhale, sacrum down. Exhale, tailbone up. Pubic bone towards belly button. Roll the inner thighs forward and out. Rest the head in your hands. Inhale, sacrum down. Exhale, tailbone up. Reach out and spread the toes. Inhale, spread the low back into the mat. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Draw low belly in. Inhale, set the sacrum down. Use your hands at your outer thighs and bring your legs together. Grab your roll. Bring the roll between the legs all the way to the pubic bone and just get a gentle hold on the roll for now. Clasp the hands behind your head. Again, if you need to on this one, you can always bend your knees. Inhale. Spreading through the back, lengthening through the spine. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up, squeeze the roll. Exhale, curl tailbone, sit bones, head and chest up towards the ceiling. Curl tailbone a little bit more. Squeeze the roll with more intensity. Squeeze through sit bones and draw your low belly in. Inhale, bring your right hand on top of the roll. Open your legs into a straddle. Your left arm is supporting the weight of your head. Exhale, curl the pubic bone into the roll. Press with your hand so you can access the lower abs and reach out through your legs. Inhale, Legs onto the roll. Upper body comes down slightly. Focus on fullness of breath. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze the roll. Exhale. Curl head and chest up. Lift through the inner line of the legs. Squeeze sit bones towards the roll. Draw low belly in. Inhale. Bring your left hand onto the roll. Legs into straddle. Exhale. Curl pubic bone into the roll. Reach out long through the legs. Draw low belly in. Inhale. Bring your legs onto the roll and release. Bring your feet down. Move the roll off to your side and prepare for bridge pose. Placing the feet a little greater than hip distance apart, just in front of your sit bones. Slide, feet are parallel, slide the shoulder blades down, palms up. Press through your feet and lift into bridge. Exhale. Come down a little bit out of your bridge and pull with your feet. Turn on the glute muscles and shift the sacrum away from you so the tailbone moves towards the knees. Inhale, press into your feet, lift the pelvis, arch into your chest. Exhale, feel for drawing the pubic bone towards the belly button slightly and feeling more support and energy through the back body. This can be a way to invite the heart to open in all directions. Feel supported and safe. Feel free to use a block underneath your sacrum for support for this next movement. Let's bring the left foot into the center and reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale, use the muscles along the spine and your upper back to move your sternum toward your chin. Arching the spine just behind the heart. Exhale, bring your right foot down, step in a little bit towards the center, heel in line with the sit bone, reach your left leg up. Inhale, feel the support and energy through the legs. Exhale, clear out. Resistance, struggle, strain. Allow yourself just to be with the sensations that are moving through you. Bring your left foot down and take 3 deep breaths. Feel the heart being gently coaxed to open and soften. And again, that's just the nature of this little back bend here, a gift that you're receiving. Exhale, lengthen out through your lower back as you roll the spine down. Bring your knees in towards your chest, roll to your side, and come onto your hands and knees for dolphin. Forearms parallel, shoulder distance apart, or feel free to work with your hands clasped. Begin by pushing the shoulder blades away from the spine and neck around the rib cage towards the armpits and squeezing in with your forearms. Right here, you're turning on the muscles through your chest and armpits and stretching across the upper back. Curl your toes under and lift into dolphin. Inhale, draw up through the toes, the fronts of the legs. Exhale, send the thigh bones back and the heels down. Let's do 2 rounds of Brahmari here into the back of the heart. Listen to the sound with your heart. Bring your feet together And reach your left leg up towards the ceiling. Continue to listen with your heart. Change legs. You're just gently listening to the sounds around you, the sounds within you, the sensations. Right foot down. Release. Bring the knees down and come into standing for horse stance with Agnisara. Step out wide and come down. For me, I have to kind of look and make sure my ankles are under the knees. Sometimes my knees like to come forward, so just check in. Lift your spine up, bringing your spine perpendicular to the floor. Stack your left hand on top of the right hand. This is horse stance with Agnisara. Basically, with Agnisara, we're lifting and releasing the belly. We're lifting and releasing Uddiyana. Exhale. Send the palms up towards the ceiling. Hold the air out, lift and release through the belly. Inhale, sweep the arms around, hands to your heart. Exhale, palms out. Inhale, hands in towards your chest. Exhale, palms forward. Inhale, exhale, palms down. Release, take a few breaths here. Feel the support from the earth coming up through your legs and hips, supporting and opening and a softening in your heart. Release, straighten through the legs, turn towards the front of your mat and step in for classical suns. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, use your glutes to shift the sacrum down and push up through the arms. Exhale, forward bend, step your left foot back, bring your left knee down. Inhale, lunge. Glute can be really helpful here, creating length in the lower back. Lifting into your upper back, reach through the hands. Exhale, step back, come into plank. Inhale, squeeze the mat with the fingers, scoop through your lower belly. Exhale, come down. Shoulders moving away from the floor as you come down. Point the toes, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot forward, bring your right knee down. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, forward bend. Reach through the heels, lift through the sit bones, and let the crown of the head release down. Inhale, press into standing. And here's what I mean by using the glutes to shift the sacrum down and then push through the solidness of your legs. Reach up and back. Exhale, fold forward, step your right foot back. Inhale, lunge. Whoops, we'll do the left side next, I promise. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog, right foot forward. Inhale, lunge. So I'm doing that move here. You'll feel the stretch in the front of your hip and just nice support for a lift through the spine and openness in the heart. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, come on up. Reach back. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, start to use your breath in a way that feels like a breeze Exhale, fold forward, moving through the heart space. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, press into standing. Shift the sacrum. Open the upper back. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, plank. Inhale, push the chest away from the floor. Exhale, come down. Inhale, breathe into the front of your chest. Exhale, downward dog, right foot forward. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, press into standing, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now, the next thing that we'll do are some inversions. You'll need a space at the wall, or like I showed a couple of sessions ago, you can also use the edge of a couch as, or even a heavy chair, something that won't move on you, to work in this next part. I'll demonstrate at the wall, but if you are using a couch, I just want to show you where your feet will be on the couch, just on the edge, pushing down. Dolphin at the wall. Come kneeling, facing towards the center, hips over the knees, elbows underneath the shoulders. So you'll want to move to the wall and bring the mat with you over to the wall. Lift your knees and hips. Step up and bring your body into an L shape. Now, reach your left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, shift the tailbone up and reach back through your left leg. So dolphin at the wall into splits. Bring your left foot onto the wall and reach your right leg up. First, feel the glutes and the lower abs supporting as you reach back through your right leg. Bring your right foot to the wall and release. Come on down. Take a couple of breaths here in child's pose. Moving into forearm balance splits. Now I'll be using my block between my hands because I love how it stabilizes my rotation of my arms in the shoulder joints, the forearms, and the forearms. Placing the elbows about one leg's distance away from the wall. Lift, and starting with one leg up, spring off of the toes, reaching that top leg back, bring the bottom leg up until you get your balance. Now, you might have that back foot on the wall. Feel the support through the whole spine. Now reach both legs straight up and change sides. Release, step down, and come into dolphin prelude. Wrapping the hands around the block, Bring the elbows a little closer than your wrist, knees further back and wider than your hips. Lean back, pick the block up, pointing the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And let the top of your forehead rest on the floor. Inhale, allow the shoulder blades, the outer tip of the collarbones, the arm bones to lengthen towards the front of your mat. As from your armpits through your hips, you reach and lengthen towards the back of your mat. Take the breath into the back of the heart. And just getting curious of any restrictions or unnecessary holding, any closures. Release. Down dog at the wall with half lotus. I think it would be a good idea to check this pose out first before you go into it, just so you can see the actions of the pose, and then we'll go into it together. Starting with the L shape. Bring one foot into half lotus or figure four. You're moving your inner ankle against the thigh. Move your foot against your thigh to help you lengthen out. Keep that lift as you release and change sides. Okay, come on in and come kneeling, facing towards the center, feet touching the wall, hips over the knees, inner wrist underneath the shoulders. Come into your L shape. Bring your left foot into half lotus. You can wriggle the foot in as close to the hip as you can, and then move your ankle against your thigh to help you lengthen through your lower back. Keep that spaciousness there as you release the leg straight up towards the ceiling. Change sides. Keeping the lift through the lower back, reach your right leg straight up to the wall and step down. Come kneeling, sit on a block if you need to, and we'll come into a quick eagle arms here. Just whatever elbow on top. Clearing out. Whatever the gift of the inversions got you in your shoulders and in your chest. Change arms. And what I mean by that is you get heat, movement of energy, wonderful tools for clearing the space. Handstand, half lotus. For this pose, I'll recommend being about one shin's distance away from the wall with your wrist, so you can use the top leg to create the lift that we were getting in down dog at the wall. So here's what this one looks like. So what I'm doing is I'm using that foot on the wall to pull the thigh bone up. Then to balance, try to keep the thigh bone right where it is. Shift the weight a little bit into your fingertips and lift that leg up. And change sides. If you need to come down and then do the other side, feel free to do that. And something I failed to say on dolphin at the wall or forearm balance splits is if you're not able to go up at the wall, do the down dog at the wall again. Work on that half lotus and creating a lift out of the lower back. Okay, I'm giving you about 30 seconds to a minute here to work with that. chest opener at the wall. Now, you can use even a small space of wall like this, standing sideways to the wall. I'll turn this way so you can see how far I am away from the wall. The hand that is closest to the wall, palm down, palm facing towards the wall, fingertips pointing back. That leg steps forward, the other leg back for warrior one. Bring the opposite hand onto the center of your chest. Exhale, reach through your back heel, move down through the tailbone and glutes. Inhale, lift your chest right into your hands. Exhale, reach back through the hand on the wall and use the hand on your chest to turn your chest in towards the center of the room. Feel for unwinding any tightness along the inner edge of your shoulder blade on the side where your hand is on the wall. Just relax down away from the neck. Release. Change sides. So your left or your front foot and ankle and hip are a little bit away from the wall. If this causes pain in your shoulder, you can bend the elbow, have the fingertips pointing up, and always stop before any pain. Exhale, come down into warrior one. Inhale, feel the support through the whole spine. Reach through the legs. Exhale, gently turn your chest in towards the center of the room. Open from the diaphragm, through the center of your heart, your throat, your palate, crown of the head. Release. B series. Come to the front center of your mat. Hands to your heart. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Warrior two, step your left foot forward. Open into warrior two with archer arms. Left elbow up, right elbow down. Clasp the hands between the shoulder blades or grab onto something between your hands, whether it be a strap or a belt. Gentle release from your heart out through your shoulders and arms. This is a good place to visualize the energy just moving gently, cleansing and clearing, versus feeling like you have to analyze everything that comes up. Unwind the arms. Extended warrior variation. Bring your left forearm above the knee, right arm around the back, grabbing hold of your left inner thigh or your waistband. Exhale, pull the feet towards one another, shift the sit bones and tailbone down. Inhale, push through your left forearm, broaden across the front and back of your rib cage. Exhale, let your neck relax and begin to roll the right shoulder back. Lounge lunge. Turn toward your left foot. Allow your right heel to spin up as you bring your hands down. Bring your right shin down and step your right hand forward of your right shoulder. Allow the hips to move down. Turn your chest toward your left knee and wrap your left hand around the thigh and shin. Inhale, reach back long through your right leg. Expand the right side of your rib cage towards your right arm. Exhale, let the deepest part of your right armpit release and that area to glide up towards your right shoulder. Release, step back, come into downward dog. Step your right foot forward, warrior two with archer arms. Right elbow up, left elbow down. How can you receive this pose as a gift? Unwind the arms, extended warrior variation. Bring the right forearm above the knee, left arm around the back. And again, it doesn't matter if you get your inner thigh or not, just holding on. I kind of catch a part of my clothing. And then that way, if you're gently holding with the left hand, you can relax through your left shoulder. Now, feel the support through your legs, through your right forearm, and let go of any resistance in the neck and face. Inhale, lounge lunge, turn, bring the hands down, left knee down. Let the hips move forward. Notice that right knee bends. Left hand forward of the shoulder. Let gravity take your hips down. Inhale. See how long you can get from the sole of your left foot into the left side of your rib cage. Exhale. Let the front and the back of the armpit rise up just by letting go of the resistance through the left side of your body, especially the attachments around the collarbone and shoulder blade. Release. Come onto your hands and knees and grab your roll for cobra over the roll. So we'll bring the roll down into the lower belly, making sure that the roll is not pushing into your rib bones. The part of the roll that puts the most amount of pressure, or the center of the roll, is right below my belly button. That feels best in my body. But somewhere around there, allowing the low back to open. Let your upper body come forward and down, and rest your forehead down. Let the legs release back and down. Inhale into your lower back. Exhale. Just relaxing over the roll. Now for cobra over the roll, bring your hands right beside your chest. Exhale, shift the tailbone down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Turn the legs on. Exhale, let the roll move into you a little bit, bringing the low ribs a little bit forward, about level to the top of the roll. Inhale, opening through the center of the chest. Gentle squeeze down through the shoulder blades, in towards the spine. Release, press back, and come into downward dog. Step your left foot forward for crescent lunge, or lunge with the back heel up. So we're staying on the ball of the back foot, feet are about hip distance apart. Lift up, bring the hands down low on the sacrum, soften your back knee, shift the tailbone down, pubic bone towards belly button, reach the arms up. You can keep that back leg slightly bent, or as you feel ready, start to extend a little bit more and allow the hips to move forward and down. Reach through the hands. Exhale, bring the hands down to each side of your left foot for twisting lunge. Cushion under your right knee if you need it, folding the mat over. Bring your knees to 90 degrees, and inhale, reach up through your right arm. Exhale, hook the right elbow just on the outside of your left thigh. Make a fist with your right hand and bring your left hand on top. Inhale, lift the right side of your rib cage away from your left thigh and start to move your chest towards your hands. Let your neck relax. Twisting lunge interlock. Exhale, slide down, bring the back of the right armpit on the outside of your left knee, wrap the right arm under and clasp the hands. Again, don't worry if you can't reach, grab clothing and create the greatest amount of peace that you can in this pose, especially around the heart. This is a wonderful gift, clearing some of the deeper congestion around the lungs and chest. Release. Downward dog. Inhale. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale. Step your right foot forward for crescent lunge. Lift up. And a big part of what I'm doing here is just kind of guidance. Shifting, tailbone down. Feel the glutes helping, supporting. Lifting up out of the hips. Reach back through the left heel as you move your hips forward and down. Wide open hands and feet. Exhale, bring the hands down, left knee down for twisting lunge. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hook the left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. Make a fist with your left hand, right hand on top. Inhale, you're lifting up into the right side, but also starting to shift over your thigh with the left side of your rib cage. As you shift down through your right sit bone, let your neck relax. Inhale, lift up. Bring the left shoulder underneath. Wrap the left arm under. Twisting lunge interlock. Clasp the hands. And what I meant by left shoulder under, it's like it's moving under the pose, out over the knee. Take 3 deep breaths, slow down, and receive this deep wonderful gift. Release, unwind, come onto your hands and knees, grab your roll for prep to wave dancer. Bring the block between your ankles and inner edges of the balls of the feet and the big toes, and lay over the roll. Bring your hands beside your chest and your forehead down. Exhale, turn on the legs, shift the tailbone down, squeeze the block. Inhale, begin a little bit with your hands, lift the chest up, and then you'll feel when you're ready to push into the roll and lift your chest up. Top of the inhale, plant your hands, lift and open the chest. Exhale, put all the weight in your arms so you can relax and drag a little bit back with your hands as you relax over the roll. Come all the way down. Squeeze the block. Inhale, lift. Use the hands a little. If it's okay in your back, lift the hands off the floor. Then stretching. Exhale, allow your lumbar spine to open as you relax over the roll. Squeeze the block. Inhale, lift. Stretch. Exhale, relax down. Lift up. Come onto your hands and knees. Move into downward dog. Step your left foot forward for lunge, heel to butt. For this next sequence, also have a strap and a block or your roll close by. Bend your right knee and grab from the inside the top of your right foot. This might be your pose here. If it's not too much, bend your elbow and bring your heel in toward your butt. A deeper option is to bring the fingers over the toes. Lunge, back bend. Hook your hands around your back ankle and flex your right foot. Inhale. Here's where all that work is going to come in handy. Shift the sacrum, lift the chest, and to whatever degree you feel ready, start to move the hips forward and down. You're gently moving back through the right shin to help you open right in the upper chest, very high underneath the collarbones. Pigeon back bend with a strap. Now, if you have difficulty with pigeon on either knee, you'll want to do this on both sides. You can do lunge back bend with the strap. If you're okay with pigeon, walk that front foot across. Bring your back loop into the strap. Your back foot into the loop. And reach the arms up. Alternatively, you might be in lunge back bend with the strap. So the hips are moving forward and down. Grab the strap, reach the arms up. Feel for listening internally and responding. Release. Downward dog. Lunge, heel to butt. Step your right foot forward. Cushion under your left knee if you need to. Move forward and down into your lunge and grab the top of your left foot with your left hand. Feel free to stay here or bend the elbow and bring the heel in towards the butt. Another option, fingers over the toes, heel of the hand pressing onto the top of the foot. How can this pose help me to open my heart, to listen? Without judgment. Lunge back bend. Hook the hands around the ankle, move forward and down with your hips. Feel the support, especially in the muscles along the spine. Pigeon back bend with the strap or lunge back bend with the strap. Practice just listening. It's as though you're listening to King Pigeon. And release. Bow over the roll. Personally, I like to have the roll a little bit higher on this pose because I feel like it's easier to lift my upper body. You do want to be careful that it is not putting any pressure into your ribs though, of course. Starting with cobra over the roll, bend your right knee, grab your right ankle. Let's do each leg for a little bit first. Let your chest come forward as you reach back through your right shin. Change sides. Now, I want to turn on the muscles in the upper back. Push into the roll. Bend your right knee, grab both ankles. Deep listening. And release. You know, lift up. Move the roll out. Come into child's pose. What I just felt there is a wonderful thing that we're doing is we're learning how to listen with the whole body. And I think that's a part of even knowing if we're able to stay in that space of listening from the heart. Our body will tell us if we're responding to something, if we're reacting, or if we're closing down. Dancer, come into standing. Grab your strap and make a loop. Bring your right foot into the loop. Right leg back, both arms up. Level off through the hips and begin to reach the right thigh bone back, lifting through the arms, arch into your upper body. Release. Whew. Woo! Change sides. Left foot into the loop. Arms up. Left thigh bone straight back. Hips level. Take your time. Now feel for going up through the hands and back leg. Release. For wheel, come into seated. If wheel feels like too much for you, what you can do is slide the block underneath the sacrum and hang out there for a bit, opening the heart space and receiving the gifts of a gentle back bend. For wheel, bring your feet in close. Place your hands right above your shoulders, fingertips pointing in towards your shoulders. Begin by pulling the feet toward you. Lift the sacrum, lift the tailbone. Press into your hands and lift the heart. Feel the support through the arms and legs. Use the strength in your back to support a gentle opening through the front of the body. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Set your shoulders down and roll the spine down. Take a few deep breaths. Just listening. Second set. If you're working in bridge, feel free to work with some variations, lifting a leg, half Virasana, half lotus, that kind of thing. Any variations that you'd like to work with here? Maybe lifting a leg. Tuck the chin in, set the shoulders down, roll the spine down. And what you can do is just listen to the effects of the pose. Now, roll to your side and come into seated. Grab your roll. Cobra push-ups with the roll. Bring the roll between your legs. And come down onto your belly. Exhale. Shift the tailbone down. So what I'm doing there is the glutes, the hamstrings, the lower belly muscles rocking the tailbone down and the pubic bone towards the belly button. Now, squeeze the roll. Inhale, pull back with your hands the whole time as you lift your chest up, and you're coming all the way up, if it's okay, in your lower back, till just the pubic bone and legs are still in contact with the floor. And exhale, pull back with your hands, drag low ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs, forward and down. Tuck tailbone, squeeze the roll. Inhale, turning on the muscles in the upper back especially, Rolling the shoulder blades in and down. Lift and exhale. Lengthen out. One more. Inhale. Exhale down. Keep the roll there. And spin onto your back. Reach the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Knees can be bent. Clasp the hands behind the head. Inhale. Spreading the low back into the mat. Draw low belly in. Squeeze the roll. Exhale, curl up. Lift the legs up. Draw low belly in. Inhale, sacrum down. Bring the upper body down. Draw low belly in. Squeeze the roll. Exhale, curl up. This is a wonderful unwinding through your back. Lift through the tailbone, crown of the head, shoulder blades. Inhale, sacrum down. Draw low belly in, squeeze the roll. Exhale up, lift the roll up with your legs. Draw low belly in. One more, sacrum down. Tailbone up, squeeze the roll, lift up. Lift through the elbows. Draw low belly in. Release. Bring your feet down. And come into Shavasana. Now, if you need one other pose here before you go into Shavasana, feel free to do that. So if you want to do a happy baby or Baddha Konasana, anything. Twist, and then meet us in Shavasana. You might feel thoughts arising and moving. You might even feel it located in the head area. And what you can do is the simple practice of unclenching from the thought. It's as though we can have a thought and mold around it, take it on, or we can just let the thought be there without engaging in it in any way. Thought by thought, let the thought just float away like a bubble. Not giving it any energy. Not needing to control it in any way. Bring your awareness into your body. Begin to introduce movement. Bring your knees into your chest. Roll to your side. And come up into seated. You know, as we step out into the world and begin to create a new world, we can see that we have a choice in every moment. Where you are right now in your life is because of the choices you've made. Not necessarily this pandemic thing, but I mean the situations in your family and in your partnership and everything, all of it. You made choices to be there. And we'll have those choices as to how we step out into the world. And so learning how to listen to others deeply, listen to our own hearts, listen to the earth, is a practice. A very important practice that can create change, beautiful change, and awareness in the world. Let's bring the hands together. Namaste.